We all knew that there was plans to black cities out, and we heard it being spread across mainstream media back in probably 2017. And they would kind of say that they wasn't trying to do this to kind of trick the public, but it actually was a plan. And now we're going to take you into the literal plan of them admitting this stuff. And we know the company behind it and everything, so you definitely need to see this one. And definitely for California, this is a very big situation that we want to mention, and how they plan to do it, and what else is going on. So we're going to get into that today. Highly important video. Fight the battle, get the information out, tell the world. Thanks for tuning in. Live on JWTV, I'm about to come to you with the real deal information. Not a conspiracy, not something that's possibly going to happen. It's going to happen. This is basically what the power company is saying. The same power company that was caught for running blackout operations by fires. But what's the new report say here? PG&E's radical plan to prevent wildfires shut down the power grid when dangerously high winds arise this year. Utilities say it will black out fire-prone areas that are home to 5.4 million people. So this is the new report. PG&E, who recently filed for bankruptcy, is now having a plan to black out about at least 5 million people's homes because of, if the fire winds come, we're just going to black you out instead of create a better infrastructure. This is what they do. Now we're going to go more into this report, give you detailed information. California's utility plan to prevent wildfires includes shutting off power to 5 million people. Report, PG&E, California's largest utility, is reportedly considering shutting off power to as much as 1/8 of Californians during times of high fire damage. PG&E's service area covers 5.4 million people in the fire-prone areas. The utility might initiate a blackout to keep its electric lines from sparking and starting fires during high winds. The plan is a tacit acknowledgement the utility cannot always fulfill its mission of providing electricity safely and reliably, according to the Wall Street. Well, you need to be removed, basically, because even back a while back, they were talking about how PG basically caused multiple wildfires in the California, the Paradise California, and we were seeing all types of stuff. Could have been dew lasers. It was very selective in most of the areas where you would see some trees up, you would see some trees down. You would see houses hit, you would see melted cars, all types of stuff. And people have videos all out about this. So now instead of fixing the grid, PG&E is talking about, after they filed for bankruptcy because they were starting fires, PG&E is talking about blacking out people's homes. PG&E officially files bankruptcy under financial strain of California wildfires. But the thing is, did PG&E suffer any consequences for what happened? Nope, didn't suffer any consequences. And you even had people on the news saying they should suffer some consequences. But it was only one news media outlet, that was Bloomberg. Then we'll go into the report talking about how much money that the government awarded them after they caused these fires. Then we'll go into how they're talking about getting on the Belt and Road Initiative with China. Okay, so them doing all this is them bringing in the Chinese communist system as well into California by network grids. And look, Xi Jinping is already meeting with freaking the governor over there, Jerry Brown. He's been meeting with him. I'll take you into that here in just a second. But first, look at this video here where they talk about PG&E should have suffered some consequences, but they're not. So we'll take you into this right now.
Do you have a sense yet on the rebuilding and if they will rebuild in that spot, or what the longer term implication is of these wildfires?
We don't. Some fires that we've had in the past, some customers have rebuilt their homes and then some have chosen not to. So it really has been something that is a personal decision about where they find after they get the insurance money, which hopefully they have insurance to compensate them for at least their material losses.
So being in the solar business and you look at, say, climate change and the different weather events, how do you see the utility model changing and evolving, say, in the next 20 to 30 years?
Well, it has to evolve and has to evolve much faster than in 20 or 30 years.
Okay.
This is the tip of the iceberg. I think we have an issue as far as what PG&E, our opinion is that they should be held accountable. If you don't hold people accountable, including companies like myself, you're going to have a repeat of behaviors. And
so you do think the PG&E should be on the hook?
I think so. There's got to be some accountability. And I think the state was even making some of those points, whether they allow them to go into full bankruptcy or not. But there needs to be some accountability for some of the issues that have gone on there. I'm not going to delve into it, and I'm not that close to it, the specific issues of PG&E. But overall, what this is symptomatic of, whether it's coal bailouts or nuke bailouts and a bunch of other issues surrounding the U.S. power industry, the U.S. power industry is fragmented, it's old, it's off old technology, and it needs to change. We need to allow and put the people first at the center. Consumers need to be able to choose the clean, reliable power that we can now provide with solar technology and rapidly declining battery prices. We can get you battery technology along with all the other electronics that are going in to make smart homes. We need to be able to have those technologies provided to all people and put the consumer first.
So as we see the disruption through technology, but also
So yeah, instead of facing consequences, the solution now is just to black your lights out. And that's what they're saying, basically. Let's take into basically how the government awarded them, and then we'll talk about how they're working with China, literally. And they talk about the climate and everything. So let's go ahead and go into the report that came out, how much they were awarded after, burning down people's houses. PG&E gets court okay for $235 million in bonuses amid wildfire woes, bankruptcy, published April 24th, 2019. Reading you into the report. Okay, PGE transmission towers in scorched Butte County Forest, November 2018. PG&E will be able to grant $235 million in bonuses, roughly 10,000 employees, a bankruptcy judge ruled Tuesday. A decision that was issued despite PG&E's wildfire-linked woes and the disgraced company's proposal to impose a big increase in monthly utility bills on its customers. PG&E can grant $235 million in bonuses, and so that's what they're basically giving them. The judge ruled Tuesday the bonus package is part of PG&E's short-term initiative program, or STIP, will apply the 2019 performance of employees according to the ruling by U.S. bankruptcy judge Dennis Montale. So to decide that thousands of employees should suddenly not get compensation, they basically was going to give it to them anyway. So this is basically what happens. They're basically saying it's a plan to black your lights out. So they get paid after they file for bankruptcy and get caught doing wildfires. And of course, we've seen them do lasers and stuff coming through the sky. People have videos out of that. You can go look that up. And all types of stuff is happening. So now they're saying that they're into the Communist Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. California embraces Communist China's Belt and Road to fight climate change, okay? And so now it's about the climate is going to knock out the power. Instead of them fixing the infrastructure, it's about the climate. And then it's about them joining in with Communist China as well, which is already happening. A lot of the states over there already on in California. So let's just look it up real quick. As Trump steps back, Jerry Brown talks climate change in China. That was in 2017 when he was already doing that. So he's the governor who's actually meeting with China already. So that's what they're doing over there. Remodeling California with this plan right here to basically black lights out and saying that, we're going to need the climate. We're going to turn off the lights because of the wildfires in our coming future for California. So detailing that report to you and had to give you this information. So all the people who basically went through these scenarios, and we're just going to take you back into it. All the people who went through these scenarios, now after losing homes and all this other stuff, the company just says they want to black your lights out, and you shouldn't even trust the company itself. Fort Bragg basically did this little psychological operation blackout because going into it right here, the U.S. Army cut power to its largest military base to test reactions to a cyber attack. This week's outage at Fort Bragg was designed to test the real-world reactions of a simulated attack, psychological operation basically, to gauge how would it actually be if it was a blackout. So yeah, they did that. That was just last week. And PGE saying basically coming out that they're ready to black out people's lights in California. So it won't be like we thought it was. It won't just be like, oh, like we always been saying in the past though, most of the grid operators was telling me, hey man, look, those lights are just going out like they saying it's going out. It is not true. They're going to actually shut the grid down. So a lot of grid operators was talking to me, telling me stuff like that, that was on JWTV. Of course, EMP is possible. But for the other half, most of the time you see the grid just get shut down. So anyway, we wanted to give you that information and report live today. And just think about it, The Economist magazine and everything they were saying. The world in 2019, you know, they sure was dark, and they had Russia, Putin, all these things that they already had predicted. So are we moving into the prediction of the globals? And the thing is, I hate that we're on the globalist scale and how we just sit here and just watch what they plan and we don't even do crap. So it's like we're sitting here waiting on their plans to come in. So that's something we need to stop doing as well. But giving you more information, and just want to make sure you get this video out, share it to people, let them know what company is behind it, because they need to know. They need to know why it's happening, why they're doing it, who caused the wildfires. A lot of people don't even know. A lot of people don't even stay tuned to this stuff. And you can go look it up all yourself. PG&E files bankruptcy. And then you can look at how much the government awarded them after that. But you need to get this out. They've been censoring the last couple of videos I had. They censored the last 3 of them. I don't understand why, but they censored the last 3 of them. And so they try to cut my funds on that half. So make sure you get this video out. That's one way you can help JWTV. Because I was going to say that I'm looking to actually build better things for us as a community. And so the only way I can do that is if you share the videos out. That's one way we can build the funds to beat the globals in the world order system and actually try to start funding things so good people can have a place to go and do things. And so whether you donate whether it's live, whether you do sharing the video, either way works. And so if you want to be a part of basically this new coming situation I'm trying to build as a community type of thing too, I would say that I will update you on what's going to be happening, how many donations I get, and the funds that I get I won't be going into specifically on that behalf. So yeah, get the video out, share it if you want to help JWTV raise past just being a video maker and all this other stuff, and we can actually build it to the real world to beat this system that is burning down places and everything else. I would say definitely donate to support, and we'll be updating you on the funds that we get donated to us, and we won't go into it. And we really got something big planned. I had a couple people behind the scenes I've been talking to, and so we're really trying to take action and make moves. And so thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell. We'll be back reporting for another live stream, most likely around, let's say, 9 p.m. Central. Somebody says, what will you do with the money? What I do, we're talking big stuff. We're talking land. We're talking, and I got people who already know how to get land for cheap and not just buy this land out very high. So we're talking land. We're talking building location. We're talking like big stuff. And I know people say, well, you got to watch out for infiltrators. Yeah, I got people who can face scan you, and they can look at your whole past history and look at everything you did. So if you're some agent trying to sneak in, we'll catch you. And that's because military families and stuff like that are behind JWTV as well. So they got the technology. So basically, we're trying to make moves that really needs to happen. And whether I get it done, if I got it done on my behalf, it would take much longer because censorship has hit me too hard. And I realize it now that I won't be able to build this. The biggest thing we can do is just share the video out. If you just keep sharing this out, and this is a video people really need to see, we can make things happen. If you donate, we can make things happen. So I got plenty of groups and people trying to get with me, and they say, hey, you can just do this. But I'm like, nah, JWTV, we built this together and we started really growing. And so lots of people on JWTV needs my support, and we need to support each other as we go through these moments. So we have small, of course, moments before time kicks off and all these crazy events, but we still can fight the battle. And if we want a war against the system, we have to be able to put our money where our mouths is. So that's the big plan. There's going to be a lot of other stuff I could talk to you about. So like we said, we won't be going into these funds. So thanks for tuning in. We gave you the information here today. And get this out for sure. Let people know what the freaking plan is by a company that cannot be trusted. And they're all linking up with Communist China at the same time. So thanks for tuning in. Gave you the report live today. Get it out there. Globally, spread it. Get the news out. Like it. The likes make it even go up more higher. They try to take away the likes, but just keep sharing it, share it everywhere. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back 9 p.m. Central today with a full live show of information.